Today we're going to do a section of my core series called Core Endurance. Core Endurance is focused on exercises which we're going to hold for between 15 and 30 seconds. We start with 15 seconds, and then as you build your endurance, we progress to 30. And all of these exercises are focused on developing muscle endurance around the middle of the body, particularly the abdominal wall, the hips, and the area around the lower back. So the first exercises that I want to show you in the core endurance series are for the posterior chain, so the muscles on the back of our body. And for this part of the series, we're going to use two exercises. We're going to use an arch, which we're going to hold for 15 seconds, and we're going to do a glute bridge, which we're also going to hold for 15 seconds. Just a couple of very simple teaching points. When you do the arch, you want to make sure that you keep your hands in line with your ears, which you'll see me demo in a second. And when you do the glute bridge, you want to make sure that you keep your feet facing forwards, shoulder width apart. So, let's get started with the arch. And now I'm going to show you the glute bridge. Okay, so we're now going to start the next section in the core endurance series. Now we're going to be looking at the anterior part of the core, so the muscles on the front of the body. And specifically, we're going to be training the muscles of the upper abdominal area, the lower abdominal area, and also the muscles deep inside called the transverse abdominis muscles. And to train these muscles, we've got 4 exercises. We're going to use the plank, and the plank is going to work the transversus abdominis muscles. We're going to then use the dish and the crunch to work the upper abdominal area, and then we're going to do a leg lower exercise, which is going to work the lower abdominals. Next exercise in the series for the abdominal wall is the crunch. Next exercise in the core endurance series is an exercise for the lower abdominals, and we're going to do the leg lower. This one is basically 45-degree angle from the floor, but I'm just going to show you how you can measure that so that you get the same angle every single time you do this. So the first thing I do is I extend my leg, and I put my bent leg, my ankle in a line with my kneecap, and this will give me my 45-degree angle. Keeping my knee where it is, I'm going to extend my leg, and then I'm going to bring my other leg to the same position and hold that for 15 seconds. We actually use the leg lower test as an evaluation test to see how strong someone's core is. So it's really important that everyone does the test the same way. So the 2 things you're looking for is maintenance of the 45-degree angle, and also you want to make sure that you keep a neutral spine. So when I put my hand under my lower back, I should only be able to get my fingers under. I shouldn't be able to get my whole hand. So you've got to maintain a natural neutral curve to your spine. If the person that is doing this 45-degree leg lower test is not strong enough, then you can make it easier by raising the feet closer towards the body. Equally, if someone finds that test quite easy now to be able to roll that for 15 or even 30 seconds, you can make it harder by getting to lower the legs. So I'll just show you the easier and the more difficult version. This will be harder. And this will be easier. So the last exercise that I'm going to show you for the anterior core is going to be the front plank. Now, the front plank is a very common exercise, and you'll see a lot of people who will hold this position for maybe 1, 2, and 3 minutes plus. I'm personally not in favour of holding it for more than about 30 seconds. I think once you can hold it for 30 seconds, rather than progressing it further with longer time, I like to progress it with resistance, or progress it with the difficulty of the exercise by removing an arm or removing a leg. So just bear that in mind, and in future videos I will show you these progressions. For today, I'm just going to show you 15 seconds on the front plank. Remember, this is the exercise that works the transversus abdominal muscle. If someone is particularly weak at this exercise and they can't even hold it for 15 seconds, then what you can do is get them to hold it for maybe 3 to 5 seconds, lift up, and then lower back down. And again, if they're really poor at this, you can even progress the plank so that they do it on their knees like this. The last part of the core endurance series are exercises that work the transverse or the side part of the trunk. So we're going to do 2 exercises for this. We're going to do a side crunch hold and we're going to do a side plank. So variations of the exercise you've already seen. I'm going to show you this now. So we'll start with the side plank. Like the front plank, if you have an athlete who finds that difficult, you can make it easier by only lifting it up for 5 seconds rather than 15, or you can make the movement more easy. So you can do it on bent knees like this. Want to build up to the full plank, but they're not quite strong enough, you can have one leg straight, one leg bent, like this. And the last exercise is the side crunch hold, which I'll show you now.